But you've got a job too. You've got to show up to school on time. You've got to pay attention in your class. You've got to do your homework. You've got to do your homework. You've got to study.
The students in Miss Mitchell's fourth grade class are eager to ask questions. But when it comes to homework, the enthusiasm turns into something else.
I get stressed out. It was so stressful.
But I feel like I'm getting rushed around the house, and I don't have any time to play outside.
While those complaints aren't new, a growing number of elementary schools and individual teachers across the country have decided to do something about it. Principal Christy Hyatt implemented a no homework policy in her Alabama elementary school this fall.
Determined through the articles that I had read that there was no benefit academically for homework for elementary school students.
One of the biggest controversies right now in terms of education is how much homework should children be doing every night. There are schools where kids in grade school are getting 2 hours a night, and junior high school 3 hours a night, and high school 4 hours a night, and home has become a virtual battlefield. There is a tremendous body of research on the amount of homework that is optimal for cognitive development. Harris Cooper did what's called a meta-analysis, which means he took all the studies on homework and combined them and came up with the findings of these hundreds of studies, and they're all pretty consistent. There is no value in homework for children in elementary school. There's no cognitive value in it. He ended up recommending 10 minutes a grade as being okay. Maybe it teaches kids a little bit about structure and how to get a pencil and sit down. But he really found no intellectual benefit. Junior high school, your child should be doing an hour or so a night. After that, the benefit drops off, the child gets tired, memory consolidation is worse, they forget more. And in high school, it's 2 to 2.5 hours a night. Again, more than 2 and 2.5 hours a night, your child is not learning optimally. Their learning is actually being interfered with.
Back in the day, Finland's schools sucked on the level that ours suck on. When they tested the world's kids, both Finland and us were usually about the same, somewhere down the list of nations. But Finland didn't like that. So they tried some new ideas, and in no time, Finland shot to the top of the world. Their students were #1. How did they do that? That was the one question I wanted an answer to, and I went straight to see the enemy's Minister of Education. Before I could say anything, she blurted out their top secret.
They do not have homework.
Wait, so you reduce the homework you give them in school?
Yes. They should have more time to be kids, to be youngsters, to enjoy the life.
So they have no homework. What if all they want to do is climb a tree?
They could climb a tree, yeah. They can climb a tree, then they learn how to climb a tree. But they'll end up, while climbing the tree, probably finding out about different insects, and they can come to school next day telling me about what they found.
Hey friends, Lacey and Trace here, and we feel ya. Homework is the worst.
A new study in the Journal of Experimental Education is on board with student woes, too. The research found that too much homework can actually negatively affect the lives of high school kids. What's too much? More than 2 hours a night.
Which still seems like a lot to me, but I'll roll with it. The study explored thousands of California students from high-performing schools in middle-class communities. To give you an idea of one metric of student success, 93% of these students went on to either a 2- or a 4-year college.
The problem was that more than 2 hours of homework keeps these students from spending time with their families and friends, learning social skills, playing games, and doing extracurricular activities.